to the Gastric Health Show. My name is Dawn Boxall, and we are back for a new topic. We are going to be covering exercise, and our topic is I'm exercising. Why am I not losing weight? I know I get a lot of weight loss surgery patients who get super frustrated when they feel like they're doing a great job with their diet and they are exercising and they're doing awesome on movement, but yet they're not seeing changes and they're not noticing the scale move. So I want to give you a little deeper insight to what could be causing that, and maybe give you some other reasons why you should still continue to exercise regardless if you notice it improving your weight loss success. So let's dig in. So exercise response. The genetic test that I use, it is really kind of highlighting how well and how effective exercise is for weight loss. It helps you understand where weight loss may not be the result that you're going to obtain from it, but I will show you how it is going to benefit it indirectly. So you may not see it from the scale, but you'll see it in other areas that will impact the number on the scale regardless. So in genetics, the exercise response is really just the ability to mobilize stored fat and burn the stored fat for exercise fuel. So that's kind of what we're looking at. What is the genetics behind that and who benefits the most from it? So this little infographic here shows you that the flame is smaller here and the flame is bigger here. So the burn is bigger on this end and smaller on this end, meaning that we have a very high, medium, and low impact. So the higher impact, where it's the very high, you have to exercise very little to get great results with weight loss. Whereas someone that has a low impact, they have to exercise a whole lot to get the same impact that maybe someone else at the very high did. So you're going to have to work 2 and 3 times as hard as someone that gets the very high impact compared to the low impact. Myself, I fall in the medium, so I get a smidge of benefit from exercise, but I definitely don't get the benefit that I would probably enjoy. But regardless, I still exercise, and I still make sure that that's a priority in my life. But I understand that it's not going to be what's going to be the reason why I'm going to see results this week or next week. So if I move my body now, because I'm in this medium impact, it's likely going to take me, several weeks of consistency, and in a roundabout way, it's going to help improve my weight loss as opposed to someone that's at the very high impact. So those genes that really impact how we utilize our fat stores for fuel or for exercise are the clock genes. We talked about it in our last episode. Circadian rhythm is really what the clock genes are for. And we talked about that one in conjunction with your hunger. And, if you don't sleep enough, then it's going to increase your hunger the next day. Well, that same gene also influences our weight, and it increases weight loss resistance. The ADRB2, there's 2 or 3 of these genes, and if you had one or all of them, you would benefit less from exercise. Also, the LEPR or the LEPR, that one you see Typically, when they have this gene, it deals with leptin. This one, you usually see those individuals are just not physically active. That is not something that they typically enjoy or do on a regular basis. FTO and MC4R, those I talked about on the last episode too, and they have to deal with the hunger. They're more of the hungry genes, but they are also in this exercise response, and it also gives us information on whether or not you are going to get a really high impact or a low impact from that. So the more of some of those genes that you have, the less likely you'll be at the high impact. So if you are in that person like myself where exercise is not going to provide me evidence of my work on a quick basis, then why would you exercise? So this is where I'm going to go in, and we're going to highlight the areas that exercise really does benefit us in a different way. You just don't need to think about it as benefiting you with the scale. So don't go to the gym for 2 weeks straight and jump on the scale and expect to see the scale drop. Why would you still work out if you're not going to lose weight? There are so many beneficial things that you need exercise for. It changes your gut bacteria. So you can see in just a short amount of time that you have more beneficial bacteria in your gut just from exercising. It also keeps you out of the fridge. So if I have somebody that has some of those hungry genes, and food is hard for them, they have more binge eating and sugar cravings and things like that, I'm going to make, and guess what? They may have these hungry and sugar craving genes, but they may also be a low impact for utilizing exercise to burn fat and to lose weight. So they might have both of those. And guess what? I'm going to recommend that they do, and that is exercise, because it's going to keep you out of the fridge. It's going to keep your appetite in control for a couple of hours. So you work out, and it's going to help kind of control that hunger a little better. It also boosts your endorphins. So if you find that if you do the genetics and you find that, hey, I'm low impact, I really do not benefit a lot from exercise for weight loss, again, I would still tell you, I want you to exercise, because it's going to boost your endorphins, and that is going to help change your mood so that you can continue to make good food choices. And this really does help. So even if you don't get the weight loss benefit from exercise, it is going to make an impact on your food choices and how often you're going to the refrigerator. It decreases your stress hormones. So if you are struggling and you're in a moment right now that you have a lot of stress, that's where you do have to find time for yourself and really include some type of movement so that you can keep those stress hormones under control. It also lowers your blood sugar. So if you're struggling with your appetite or hunger, blood sugar balance is key. If you're diabetic or type 2 diabetic, then that would also help. The exercise and movement would also help. It improves your sleep. So that clock gene that we talked about on the last episode, it kind of correlates with this, because when you have a certain allele of the clock gene, then not only do you have an increase in weight loss resistance, but you also are going to be more hungry the next day if you don't get adequate sleep. So this exercise is going to help you sleep better. It also increases your energy. It boosts your energy. So if you feel like I'm dragging throughout the day and you're not working out, then I would encourage you to start working out, because it's really going to help boost your energy. It also improves muscle definition. So as you kind of shift your focus off of the exercise as driving your weight loss, let it drive your mood and your, all of these blood sugar balance and hormones and all that. Let it do that job. And then that way, when you do start losing weight, you have the muscle definition that you want. And then it also helps you detoxify. So exercise, which we talked about on part 3 of one of the weight loss resistance episodes, detoxification needs to be supported, and exercise or sweating through our skin is a way that we detoxify. So exercise is going to help support that detoxification. So if I have someone who is struggling with their detox pathways and they poorly detoxify, then I would recommend exercise as a way to improve their detoxification, regardless if they were a low impact on their exercise response. So who cares if they're not going to get any weight loss from this? They're going to get it because they're detoxifying better, not because because of their genes being more on the side of better weight loss. It's going to be more on the side of it's supporting detoxification. So I hope that shows you that regardless if it's really the way, if you are in this high impact and you really benefit from exercise and you lose weight quickly by just going to the gym a few times, that's great for you, but I would say a lot of people don't fall in that category, and you have to do it for these other reasons, because in a roundabout way, you will see benefits with weight loss. It's just not how you're thinking it is. So I hope that makes sense. I know that this area is super frustrating for patients, so I'd like to give you deeper insight so that you can see that, hey, maybe that's me. Maybe I have some of these genetic SNPs, and there are certain alleles that really do influence my ability. So, okay, those are the genes that I've been given. So what do I do to kind of silence some of them and go around them? And these are some of the things that you can do to go around them, and why it's still going to be important regardless if it changes the scale.